you demon from hell.
Dr. Andrew O'Brien Wheatley returned to Andrew Holness's cabinet less than a year ago, Wednesday, September 17, 2025, as Minister without portfolio in charge of science, technology, and special projects. Before that, the 53-year-old spent 7 years on the backbench after resigning as Minister of Energy in July 2018, owing to allegations of corruption and nepotism at the state-owned oil refinery Petrojam. In that matter, Dr. Wheatley was never charged with any offense, nor was any claim of misconduct even brought against him. His battle then was to clear his name of speculation and suspicion in the public square. Back then, he wasn't even required to defend himself in a court of law. But this is a fight of an altogether different kind. This time, the Integrity Commission has ruled that he should answer 4 charges relating to his income and assets between December 31, 2013 and December 31, 2022. The rulings form the crucial segment of a letter sent to the Houses of Parliament on June 11 this year by Executive Director of the IC, Craig Beresford. So what are the 4 charges? Charge 1, knowingly making a false statement in a statutory declaration. That charge, the IC says, is a breach of the Parliamentary Integrity of Members Act. Charge 2, knowingly making a false statement in a statutory declaration. That charge, the IC says, is a breach of the Integrity Commission Act. Charge 3, failing without reasonable cause to provide any information as the Director of Information and Complaints may require. That charge, the IC says, is a breach of the Corruption Prevention Act. So what has caused the IC to recommend these charges? Well, the Commission says when it did its tabulation of Dr. Wheatley's statutory declarations and its investigations for the 9-year period, it established that Dr. Wheatley had total income of $187 million. Broken out, this total income comprised of $4.8 million as his opening bank balance, $78.27 million in loans, $18.94 million in investments, $6.04 million for insurance policies, $51.38 million in salary and allowances, $542,000 for interest on accounts, and $8.69 million for rental income. The IC's tabulation in Table 4 on page 51 of its report puts that total at $187,287,000. However, when our news center tallied the numbers from that table ourselves, we found an error. The total income was $168.68 million. So it seems from the numbers presented that the IC has made a mistake in its calculation. The actual total of Dr. Wheatley's income is $18.6 million less than the figure published in its report. The IC says it tabulated Dr. Wheatley's assets acquired and other expenditure to be in the amount of $351.53 million. Broken out, that figure is made up of $41.88 million as the closing balance in his bank accounts, $70.67 million for loan repayment, $3.7 million for investments, $48.4 million for properties acquired, $10.49 million for motor vehicles acquired, and $176 million for expenses. When we double-checked the figures, that total is indeed correct. So when the IC subtracted the total sum of Dr. Wheatley's income from the total sum of his assets acquired and sold over the 9-year period, it came up with a figure of $164.25 million. And it's that number which the IC says represents the value of Dr. Wheatley's assets over the 9-year period, for which he has failed to provide sufficient evidence to support. But if you adjust the figure for what appears to be the IC's error in calculation, then the total of the illicit enrichment is $182.85 million. The IC was not done with Dr. Wheatley. It recommended that the Commissioner General of Tax Administration Jamaica look into the matter concerning one of Dr. Wheatley's companies, Western Medical. According to the IC, Western Medical filed nil tax returns for the years 2011 and 2012, despite Dr. Wheatley providing evidence that the company earned between $15 million and $26 million over those 2 years. George Davis for Nationwide News.
Hi, I'm Constable DeAndre Richards, and today we're in the St. Andrew South Policing Division.
Have you done so? They're working on you.
Yes,
you don't know what you have done.
Don't do nothing wrong.
What did you say?
Don't do nothing wrong.
Do you have an uncle that died?
Go again?
Do you have an uncle that died?
Yes.
Then they bury you in the uncle grave. How did your uncle die?
He's sick in the hospital. I think he's got on at his foot. Cut
So
off by
just like
cancer.
how your uncle sick and died, you will sick and die. So I take you out of your uncle grave. So I take you out of your uncle grave so you prosper. Loose him. Loose him. Loose him, you demon from hell. Loose him. Loose him. Come out, Sam. Come out. Fire! Loose him. Come out, Sam. Come out, Sam. Come out. Fire! Come out, Sam. Fire! Come out, Sam. Come out. Come out, you demon from hell. Loose him. How you feel now?
Feel different, Pastor. Very different.
Go home. Go home. But give them a hand, they're brave. I command the power of God to bless you today in all circumstances. I command greatness, success, and more than enough to be upon you. I destroy the hands of the wicked over your life as I release the power of eternity upon you. Today you shall prosper heavily, and no weapon that form against you shall be able to prosper. Stretch your hands towards her. Today is your day for mighty miracles. Say, today is my day for mighty miracles. I break you loose and I set you free in all circumstances. Go home.
Greenwich Town is a part of Zone 1 and the community is approaching 2 years without a single murder. This is a phenomenal achievement, seeing where this community is coming from. It is one of the communities that is responsible for the overall reduction in major crimes across the division. Let us hear from Constable Newland. She is speaking to the commanding officer of the St. Andrews South Policing Division.
Thank you for that, DeAndre. I am here with the commanding officer for the St. Andrews South Division, Senior Superintendent of Police, Mr. Damian Manderson. And today, we will be discussing the division's most recent crime reduction progress with a particular focus on the Greenwich Farm community. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Now, sir, the Greenwich Farm community is within its second year without a murder. What were the most effective policing and the community strategies used there?
The Greenwich Farm community started its zone of special operation on the 1st of July 2020. Since then, would have had a myriad of ups and downs. But critical to note is that the Greenwich Farm, like other ZOZOs, use what we describe as a clear hold and build strategy. What we did some 2 years ago was that we tried to get out of that holding stage where we started to build, where we started to work with stakeholders, being at the Ministry of National Security, the social development, the local community-based groups, in an effort to ensure that we start to build on what we would have done before, removing the gangs, removing the guns. And so we would have effectively been, over the past 2 years, doing just that, seeking to build partnership with the community through our various engagement. We would have stepped up our interactions with citizens. So the patrols are not just required to go through and patrol, but it's a requirement to talk with citizens, engage with them, find out their grosses, not just with them, but we have held several meetings, seek to bridge the divides. It yielded much results for us because it showed to everyone that, hey, guess what? We're no longer divided, but we're working together. But I also think it sent a strong message to the criminals. It sent a message to them that the police is with the community now, and so therefore must stay at bay. So I think over the period, the strongest or the best strategy we would have had is police remaining on the ground, working with the citizens, working with the various stakeholders in the community. I think that would have been the key that would have yielded the success that we're having now.
How did the partnership with communities, businesses, and even churches contribute to the reduction in crime in the Greenwich Farm community?
Significant. Their contribution would have been significant. There is no initiative or activity that we have undertaken in Greenwich Farm where the stakeholders are not there. In fact, when this piece, as we will call it in Greenwich Farm, was initiated, through the community, through stakeholders in the community who call out and say, hey, sir, we think we have bought the vision. We are tired of this. We need you to come in and to step up things. And so they are very critical to us, whether it's the pastors, the justice of the peace, the community civic group, the Greenwich Farm Football Club, the political leadership. Everybody, I think, would have played some part, great or small, in ensuring that we reach where we are.
How do you think that the division can give continued community confidence?
We do believe that what we're doing now is doing just that, and we will continue to improve on that, because guess what? We do believe in policing by consent, which is really the agreement with a shake-hand approach with the residents. So we understand their part, they understand what we're here about, and everybody mutually appreciate that it is for the betterment of the community. And once that continues, then criminals will not find any breathing space within this community.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Manderson. Well, guys, you have just heard from the St. Andrew South Division's Commanding Officer, Senior Superintendent, Mr. Damian Manderson. Let's go over to Constable Tamar Monroe, who is now with the Zone 1 Commander and his Inspector.
Thank you for that, Constable Newland. I am here with the Zone Commander, Mr. Paul Bennett, Deputy Superintendent of Police, and the Zone So Commander, Inspector Yvette Vassell. So, Mr. Bennett, what have you been doing in Zone 1 that has contributed to the drastic reduction in major crimes?
So what I've been doing in the zone, I've been very robust on the ground with the men and women in the zone. And as you know, that the residents of the community are our greatest stakeholders, of course. We have also looked at the games that we play on the corner with the youths, the dominoes, the cards that we play as well. So it's a myriad of things that we have implemented in the zone, which has caused a major reduction in the serious crime that we are experiencing today.
So, Inspector Vassell, you are on the ground in Greenwich Farm on a daily basis. What are some of the critical factors that are responsible for the change that we are seeing?
Well, the implementation of proactive policing strategies as well as proactive policing. We are here on a daily basis working closely with the community. We have helped them to resolve their conflicts. We have tried to deal with threats in a proactive manner, and this has resulted in the peace and calm that we are observing. Now, persons feel safer to move about from the lower section to the upper section, and that overall unity has resulted in the success that we are seeing now.
Thank you. Over to you, DeAndrew.
As the division continues to build on these achievements and strengthens community partnership, St. Andrew South continues to lead and inspire. Thanks for making it Transformation TV. I am Constable Richards.